So this movie is more about moving and copying data using drag and drop. We're going to first make sure that the drag and drop settings are on, and then we're going to move data and move it to a new worksheet, and then we're going to copy content and then copy it to a new worksheet. We're going to insert data that we're moving to a new location, and then we're going to insert data that we're copying to a new location. So we're going to move and copy data using drag and drop, but to do that we need to make sure that it's turned on because you can turn it off. And to do that, we're going to go to the Advanced Option Settings, which is Alt-FT, Advanced, and there's a checkbox that says Enable Fill Handle and Cell Drag and Drop. And then right below that, Alert Before Overwriting Cells. And that's when you're copying over a place where there's already content. Excel will say, hey, is this what you really want to do before it overwrites those cells? So we want to make sure that both of those boxes are checked before we go any further. So drag and drop. We can move content quickly with drag and drop. I'm going to select some content, and in order to move it, to drag it and drop it, when I get the four-sided arrow on the perimeter of the box that surrounds the content, and I left-click and hold the mouse button down, I can drag this content to a new location, release, and move it. That's drag and drop. I'm going to Control Z to undo that. I can do virtually the same thing to move some content to a new worksheet by first clicking the Alt key, then grabbing the edge once I get the four-sided arrow, go to a new worksheet, and then release the content in a new worksheet. And you can see where it came from. It's no longer there. I'm going to Control Z to undo that and go back to Sheet 1. So in every case, when we do something on the left side of this list, within the worksheet, we can do it on the right side of the list to a new worksheet by pressing the Alt key in addition to the keys that we need to press to do it within the worksheet. To copy the data, we can select it, press the Control key, go to the edge. When you get the plus sign and not the four-sided arrow, the four-sided arrow is moving, the plus is copying, left-click and hold the mouse button, drag down to a location, release, and I've made a copy of the data. Control Z to undo that. Select the other content, hold the Control key down. I get my plus again. Press and hold the Alt key, go to the new worksheet, and copy that content to the new worksheet. I'm going to go back to Sheet 1, Control Z to undo that. Go back to Sheet 1 again. The next thing we can do is move Insert. So we're going to do the exact same thing as we did to move the content, except that we're going to hold the Shift key down this time. So I'm going to go to the edge, left-click the mouse button, hold the Shift key down, and go over to this area that I have a blue-colored fill in, and show you that if I'm on the right side of the point of reference, which is the border between column I and J right now, I'll insert the information horizontally. As I move over, that insert bar moves to a vertical position. And as I move over again, it moves back to a horizontal position. So depending upon where you want to put this or insert this content will then determine where you need to move the cursor. So I'm going to go back over here and insert it vertically by releasing the mouse button. And when I do that, I've moved the content and I've inserted the content, the cells, in the region that I moved the content to. I'm going to Control Z to undo that. We would do the same thing to get this to a new worksheet, only instead of just holding down the Shift key, we would also hold down the Alt key. To copy Insert on the same worksheet, we're going to press and hold the Control key and the Shift key. Hover over the edge till I get my plus sign because we're going to copy the data this time. Hold down the left mouse button. Go back over to this blue area, and again, I'm going from horizontal inserting to vertical inserting. And this time I'm going to insert it horizontally. So when I release the left mouse button, the cells insert themselves and move the blue cells, the blue filled cells, over to the right. And again, we can do the same thing on a new worksheet by doing just what we did and holding down the Alt key. I'm going to Control Z to undo that. So that's drag and drop. Although you don't have to remember all of these different keyboard configurations, it's good to at least remember that you can move content by just selecting it, grabbing it, and moving it to a new location, or you can copy content by selecting it, holding down the control key, grabbing it till you get the plus sign, and then copy it to a new location. If that's all you take away from this movie, it may have been worth the 3 or 4 minutes that it took to watch the movie. But as you can see, there are a lot more other options that we have to move, insert, copy, insert, and do all of those things on a new worksheet.